Smith and Nelson in the morning on 94.9 KYSS FM. What they tweet, what they do, it's what's making news in the world of country music. This is the Music City 60 on 94.9 KYSS FM.
Yes, it is your Music City 60. Tyler Hubbard has a new video out for his song 35s, which shows him digging up a time capsule box. But it was not a prop for the video. He actually buried the real thing when he was about 8 years old. So he went online, posted kind of a show and tell, explaining the significance, some of the items behind the time capsule box. There's a Bible in there, childhood photos of him and his dad. He included the debut album of Black Hawk, which is one of the first CDs he ever owned, wore it out, and also a note written by his younger self. So, yeah, some pretty cool stuff in there.
Well, man, how do you stay away from unearthing it up until now?
Right, yeah. I think he knew one day he was going to create a music video where he unearthed it and had to save it until that moment.
I'd get antsy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what did I put in there all those years ago? Just dig it up. That's cool.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood doing an interview and talking about one of the highlights of her career being playing a festival where Janet Jackson blew her a kiss. It was in the UK. Carrie said, I played a lot of festivals, but this one was special. It was a lot of fun. The crowd was great. It was good. Janet Jackson blew me a kiss. Carrie says she kind of froze. And then the friend that was with her was like, blow one back. Carrie said as she froze, the moment passed. She said it would have been kind of weird then if she was just kind of standing there waving like a weirdo at Janet Jackson. So it sounds like she maybe wasn't while she was on stage,
right?
But she was just at this festival and somehow saw like Janet Jackson in the distance. But how cool is that?
It would be very funny if Janet Jackson later was like, "That wasn't for you. That was for somebody else."
That's what I was going to say. But great if Carrie waved back and Janet was like, "No, not you. Person next to you."
A country rock exhibit is coming to the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville, celebrating the kind of hotbed of country rock in L.A. in the 60s and 70s. They gave us access to the Eagles, Linda Ronstadt, Emmylou Harris. It's called Western Edge, The Roots and Reverberations of Los Angeles Country Rock, and it opens on September 30th.
It'd be pretty cool. I've been to the Hall of Fame a time or two. And
yeah?
They do awesome jobs.
Nice.
With the stuff they put on display. Our night show here on KYSS, Taste of Country Nights. They did an interview with Luke Bryan. Did a little chatting about American Idol. Part of it, they asked him if he was coming back for season 22. He was kind of coy. Said, not really time to announce that just yet, but it's probably safe to say he's coming back.
Most likely, right?
I also asked how he thinks he would have done if he auditioned for American Idol back in 2005, before he came out with his debut song.
Sure, yeah.
He said, I'd just go up there and been me. I think I would have done pretty well. I think my voice would have held its own, certainly in the category of boys next door, country kids. Fun fact, he maybe if he would have been on the show at that time, would have been up against Carrie Underwood.
Whoa.
That was the same time she was on the show, won the show.
That's weird.
Can you imagine how different it would have been if like the finals of American Idol came down to Luke Bryan against Carrie Underwood?
I wonder if either of them would have had the career they had if that happened. Yeah.
Man, that would have been cool.
It's kind of wild.
And now, you're in the know with Nashville. Smith and Nelson's Music City 60. 94.9 KYSS FM.
94.9 KYSS FM. Smith and Nelson doing it for your Friday. Looking at the weather as we stretch from now through next week. Mid-80s here today and tomorrow. The weather's just been so weird. It's been like, man, first part of it's been great. Nice, warm, toasty days. Then it's like, wait a minute, well, where are these clouds coming from? Oh, now there's some sprinkles and thunderstorms. What's going on?
Yeah.
That's kind of, we're still kind of in that area here today. We could see some thunderstorms for the later part of the afternoon. But yeah, mid-80s here today. Wrap up the weekend right around 80 for your Sunday. Then things get toasty most of next week with temperatures in the 90s. Weather for the morning brought to us by the Advocates Injury Attorney.
That's right. If you've been in an accident, don't go it alone. Call your local Advocates Injury Attorney. They take the stress away, deal with the insurance, and get you the settlement you deserve. They don't get paid until you win. Call the Advocates today at 406-640-4444 or MontanaAdvocates.com.
All right, since we are talking already about the temperatures getting warm next week with temps in the 90s, even upper 90s, a couple days. Be good to keep in mind. You want to cool down a little bit? Splash Montana.
Hey, there you go.
Which we mentioned earlier this week. You were just there.
I was there for the first adult night of the season. Actually, they had that on Tuesday, and it was pretty great. I mean, at that point, I feel like not enough people had really heard about it. I also think the weather for the previous weekend kind of deterred some people, but it was kind of quiet over there, and it was kind of nice just to be able to be there. Go up the water slide as many times as you want. No line waiting for it. Hang out in the lazy river with nobody there were people there, but it wasn't as crowded as it had been when I was there last year, for sure.
You lucked out.
I did.
You go again here in a week. Yeah, maybe not.
Might
quite
be a
as
different
lucky.
story, yeah.
Of course, you got the lazy river, the splash pool. You rent the cabanas, and great place for birthdays usually. But yeah, talking about adult nights. Hey, 18 and older. Don't have to worry about the kids running around. Go have some adult fun.
You get the run of the park. You can hang out in the kids' part if you want to with no kids. That's my girlfriend went down there's like a little like slide, like a bear slide that's like 2 feet or whatever. I think she injured herself actually on the way down.
of all things.
Yeah, we got there. She's like, I gotta go down the bear slide. Went down the bear slide, landed in like this like 3 inches of water. I'm pretty sure she like injured her leg.
Well, if the bear
So be careful about that one.
Or if the bear slide is closed for future adult nights.
That might be the reason.
You know why. Which adult nights has returned, but it's only good here through July.
Yes. Yeah, I think I misspoke last time we talked about it because I think we said it was July and August, and I thought it was both months. It is actually just July, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9:30. Pretty inexpensive, too.
Yeah, $8 a person. It's not bad.
I guess if you have a city resident discount card, which I don't even know exactly what that is.
Right.
But if you do, it's only $6.50.
Hey, there you go.
Even better.
Save $1.50.
They went to having the, just for, this isn't adult night, but this is just if you're just wanting to go to Splash Montana for the summer. With COVID, they kind of, it used to be you just kind of show up and.
Right.
It was what it was, but then they went to where they had like sessions where it was like either go to this block of time, or if you missed that one, okay, you can go to this block of time.
You had to like make a reservation ahead of time and that kind of thing.
I don't know that. Yeah, can't remember if you had to make a reservation or not.
Okay, but they capped it at like 800 people or something.
Yeah, it was like from they'd have like a morning session, and then like an afternoon session. Only so many people were allowed.
Yeah,
and then they did a survey at the end of last year and asked people, would you rather go back to the way we used to do it, or would you rather kind of keep those sessions? And more people said sessions, so they're still kind of doing that this year.
There you go.
All right, if you want to check out details with all the different stuff going on over at Splash Montana, including all the information with Adult Night, we have it for you. It's all laid out. Check out the story with your KISS FM mobile app.
When it's country in Stevensville, it's Montana's country leader, 94.9 KISS FM. On FM. It's newsy and noteworthy, and it's now on 94.9 KISS FM.
Yes, it is. What's newsy and noteworthy, and this is a crazy story. A guy in New York, in Brooklyn, got pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt on Wednesday, and instead of just taking the ticket, he ran for it. He flung his car door open, hit a cop with his door, and then took off. So a bunch of cops started chasing him on foot, but had to just stop and watch after he scaled a huge pole that was like 30 feet in the air and then climbed onto a subway platform. And then he decided his best chance to get away was jumping from the platform onto a nearby building. It was like a 10 or 15 gap, 10 or 15 feet gap, I should say, between the building and the platform. He did the jump. Someone got it on video. He actually landed it. It was like Tom Cruise in a Mission Impossible movie. He went for it. He landed it. And then after all that, he got caught. He got arrested anyway. He hurt his leg when he hit the roof, so he couldn't run anymore. Not clear if he broke it or anything, but he's expected to be okay.
I love when they just make a run for it. Just leave your car behind.
Yeah, it's all over. I mean, the fact that he was just pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt.
Probably would have just got a warning.
Yeah, probably.
After all that. Story, it says Apple is introducing a new lockdown mode for the iPhones, iPads, and Macs. So apparently it says the mode is going to help protect us from unexpected cyber attacks. Features, I guess, not going to be available until the fall, but it seems like they would have already been on something like that.
You'd think so, right?
I mean, it's not like cyber attacks just started last week.
Right.
Where we need to kind of be on the lookout and protect against things like that.
Vigilant now. Now is the time.
We'll see what comes with that.
The post office is saying the price of Forever Stamps is going to go up by 2 more cents. So your wallets, they're going to feel this one for sure. Forever Stamps going up from 58 cents to 60 cents, going into effect on Sunday. So today and tomorrow are your last chance to stock up if you want your 58-cent stamps.
I think I've had a book of stamps for about the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think I can probably count on both hands the amount of times I've used stamps in the last couple of years.
Story says Oscar Mayer is inserting scratch and sniff ads into magazines. So Us Weekly, In Touch Weekly, OK Magazine, Life and Style Weekly, and The Star, all of them going to have these scratch and sniff ads that smell like sizzling bacon.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Like the old scratch and sniff stickers you'd have like
right.
Great. Flipping through In Touch Weekly. What is that? I guess just tricking you into your brain going, I want bacon.
Right. Yeah, I like it. It's a good idea.
And you look down and you see the Oscar Mayer logo, and you're like, oh.
They got me again.
Go to the store and buy Oscar Mayer bacon.
Disneyland's Instagram account was hacked yesterday morning by a super hacker named David D.O., who apparently made 4 offensive and racist posts. There's a post to claim that he invented COVID, said he's working on COVID-20, threatened to release it through some racial slurs sprinkled in there. The posts were taken down. Disney rep said that we worked quickly to remove the reprehensible content, secure our accounts, and our security teams are conducting an investigation.
Apparently there's a kidney garden spider.
Okay.
The spider has a white face, black eyes, and a black bushy mustache. The folks over at Pringles saw it and thought, you know what? That kind of looks like Pringles Man on the can.
That's exactly what I thought of when you described the spider.
So now they have a petition where they want the spider to be named after Pringles and the company. Pringles released a statement that says, in 1968, the world was introduced to the iconic Pringles can and logo. But little did we know, there was a creature amongst us who was unknowingly spreading the Pringles love.
There you go.
Kind of figure they have to rename the spider, right?
Do you think there's variations of the spider? Like there's a sour cream and onion spider, there's a buffalo ranch spider.
I don't know, but I mean, Pringles puts out the PR campaign. The spider namers got to jump on board.
I feel like they got it, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Whatever professional spider namers are out there, they got to do it.
There you go. Newsy and noteworthy for the morning.
In Darby, it's Montana's country leader, 94.9 KISS FM.
As country leader, 94.9 KISS FM, Smith and Nelson. Final day of Smith and Nelson in the morning.
Yes, it is. I am out of here after today.
Part of Mike's final day. We'll throw it back to a happier time when we used to do movies with Mike.
Yes, we used to do this all the time. We discontinued it at the end of last year because you ran out of movies, I think was the thing.
Sure got hard to find movie titles. All right, we'll do that here in just moments. First, we got to tell you, part of the morning is brought to you by Taco Time.
That's right. Try the new Impossible Nacho Burrito. This is the last time I get to read the Taco Time Impossible thing.
Everything's just bringing a tear to the eye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Try the new Impossible Nacho Burrito. You won't believe how much Impossible meat tastes like seasoned ground beef. But it's 100% vegetarian. A delicious combination of Impossible meat and your favorite nacho ingredients, all wrapped in a home-style tortilla. It's Nacho Average Burrito. The Impossible Nacho Burrito, only for a limited time at Taco Time in North Reserve.
All right, it's KISS with Smith and Nelson. One final time. Let's do it. A little bit of the old movies with Mike.
All right.
Used to play this all the time if you're kind of new to listening. Mike's just a big movie buff.
Yes.
Which is part of the reason he's leaving. He's going to work full-time over at the Roxy.
Yeah, I'm the new operations manager over at the Roxy Theater here in Missoula, which I've been working part-time there for a while now. So, very excited to kind of move into that new role, but of course still bittersweet to be leaving Smith and Nelson in the morning.
So we'd always give Mike a couple movie titles every morning. He would try to give us the year that the movies came out based on the bits of information we would give him.
That is the goal.
All right, here you go. 3 movies. Let's see what you can do on your way out the door.
I really hope I win today. This feels like if I lose today, it's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life.
I mean, I think you might be able to pull out a win. I wouldn't say there's softball.
Sure, yeah.
Movies here, but we'll see.
Okay.
Number 1 is Bad Company.
Bad Company. Ooh. You may have to give me more on this one.
Okay. Anthony Hopkins, Chris Rock.
Okay.
Matthew Marsh, Kerry Washington in there, too.
Okay, so...
in a Joel Schumacher film.
Joel Schumacher. Okay, so Joel Schumacher...
A lot of recognizable names there.
Yes. Joel Schumacher, director of movies like Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, 8mm Nicolas Cage, The Lost Boys, and St. Elmo's Fire back in the 80s. If it's Anthony Hopkins, Chris Rock, Kerry Washington, I feel like this is probably the 2000s. So I'm thinking about Joel Schumacher's career. He had Phantom of the Opera in 2004. He had The Number 23, the Jim Carrey movie in 2007. So Anthony Hopkins, Chris Rock. I mean, Hopkins would have had Red Dragon in 2002. I think Kerry Washington, I don't think really broke out big until Scandal came out on TV, which was like 2012. So I feel like this might have been like a pretty minor supporting role for her, or it might have been like one of her first kind of big roles. So Bad Company, Joel Schumacher, Anthony Hopkins, Chris Rock, Kerry Washington. Man. I'm going to say this was 2005.
2005. Ooh, Nope, 2002.
2002.
A little earlier there.
Okay.
All right. Number 2 for the morning. The Bachelor.
The Bachelor. Okay, who is in this?
Oh, man. I got a lot of recognizable names in all these things.
Man.
Chris O'Donnell.
Okay.
Renee Zellweger.
Okay.
Artie Lang's in there.
Artie Lang.
Ed
okay.
Asner. It's a Gary Signor film.
Okay. Man, I think I'm going to lose my last movies with Mike.
I didn't pick some crazy random no-name actor movies.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's some recognizable names here for sure. The Bachelor. So Chris O'Donnell was Robin in Batman and Robin. And then he was in Vertical Limit in 2000. I feel like those were kind of my major Chris O'Donnell things. I know he was on one of those cop shows. I feel like it was like NCIS maybe. He was that one. But he was on one of those for a long time. So this is probably before then. I had Chris O'Donnell. Renee Zellweger would have had Bridget Jones's Diary in 99, I think. 98 or 99. And that would have been like kind of her big breakout, I'm pretty sure. Other than like Empire Records in 95 and stuff. So who else is in this, did you say?
Chris O'Donnell, Renee Zellweger, Artie Lang, Ed Asner.
Okay. The Bachelor, I'm going to say 2001.
2001 for The Bachelor. Oh, 99.
No!
All right, final one. Send you out on a win. Can you do it with Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium?
I might be able to do this one. Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Is this a Terry Gilliam movie?
It's a Zach Helm movie.
It's a Zach Helm movie. I'm mixing it up with a different movie.
Oh, boy. Natalie Portman.
Dustin Hoffman in here, too. Yeah,
Jason
okay.
Bateman's in there.
Yes. Okay, so I was mixing it up with something else that I can't even remember the name. The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus was the movie I was mixing it up with. But Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, I'm going to say 2007.
2007. Yes, sir.
Yes.
At least the final one you hear.
Yes.
Is the ding ding.
Exactly. That's the one that people will remember, right?
That's right. Always remember the last.
Just remember that I went out on Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
There you go. Some movies with Mike. A little nostalgia.
I will. Yeah, absolutely. I miss doing it.
I know. Yeah. A little fun throwback for the final day with Mike on the show. It's KISS.
Yep, this is your local country morning show. No bones about it. Smith and Nelson on 94.9 KISS FM.
Northwest Motorsport.
Smith and Nelson's Odds and Ends on 94.9 KISS FM.
Yes, it is. Some odds and ends for your morning, and it's taken decades. But the Backstreet Boys have announced they're releasing their first Christmas album. Just what the world was clamoring
Right
for,
on
really.
schedule.
Yes, it's called A Very Backstreet Christmas. It comes out October 14th. It seems a little early for the Christmas album, but maybe they want to get it in the zeitgeist so that give it a couple months to percolate, and then when Christmas comes around, they will be ready. But they'll be doing some classics like White Christmas and Silent Night, and Target will have an exclusive version with 2 additional songs: Feliz Navidad and It's Christmas Time Again.
All right. No originals?
3 originals,
3 originals
on the album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fort Myers, Florida. A woman's been reunited with her lost dog, Harley. Ran off from the backyard in 2014.
Oh, man.
So the lady and the family searched for the dog, never found him. Then, life happened. They ended up moving from Florida to Missouri. Somebody found the dog recently, took him to the animal hospital. They scanned the microchip, reunited him and the owners. And then the lady drove back 1,100 miles from Missouri to Florida to go pick up the family dog.
That's incredible. I mean, that's why you got to have those microchips. That helps.
Years later.
Yeah, that's great. Researchers at Penn, this is crazy technology news. Researchers at Penn are working on tiny nanobots that could clean your teeth for you.
What?
Basically, instead of having to brush or floss or do any of that stuff, this would just do everything. You never have to brush your teeth again. You just have to apply these tiny robots onto your teeth every single night. Yeah, that's the world we live in now. Super weird.
I don't even know how to understand what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I know you're pretty excited. Better Call Saul is returning next week.
Yes, the last 6 episodes of the show.
Bryan Cranston has confirmed he and Aaron Paul are going to be in several of the upcoming episodes. He's doing a podcast, and he said there's a scene where Aaron's in one and he's not. Another one where he's in it, but Aaron isn't. And then there's one where they're both in it together.
Okay.
So it sounds like they're in a few scenes.
Yeah, kind of scattered throughout.
Yeah. Funny part is he said, well, he has no idea where they're at and when they're at. He said they shot everything while they're in the bubble and completely out of sequence. So he said doesn't even know what episodes they're in. He said, we'll all find out together.
Fair enough.
Better Call Saul, Monday, AMC.
Yeah, look forward to that. Today is the only day of the year when 99% of people are in sunlight at once.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy. It happens every July 8th at 7:15 a.m. Eastern. So we already missed it. It's already happened. Basically, it's not saying the whole planet has sunlight, just places with people. But at that exact moment, 83% of populated areas are in full daylight, including Africa, Europe, most of Asia. 7% are in twilight, where the sun is rising or setting, and 6% are in nautical twilight, which counts as sunlight, but it's basically dark outside.
Wow. Today's that peak time.
Yep, today was that peak time. It already passed.
Wow. Some stuff that happened on this date. 1776, the Declaration of Independence was first read publicly.
Wow.
In 1969, the U.S. government issued a patent for the game of Twister.
Equally important.
Yeah, hand in hand. That's why I couldn't mention one without the other.
Exactly.
On this date in 2003, a tooth from the mouth of Elvis Presley, which once belonged to his former girlfriend Linda Thompson, went on auction on eBay. Also a lock of his hair and a gold record.
Wow.
And it scored over $100,000.
I missed that in the Elvis movie.
Yeah,
they didn't include that.
They did not, yeah. Today, birthdays. Toby Keith is 61. Kevin Bacon, 64.
There it is.
And there you go. Odds and ends for your Friday with KISS.
This part of Smith and Nelson in the Morning brought to you by Hunter Bay Coffee, Montana's premium gourmet coffee roaster. Pulled from the KISS FM mobile app. This is what's going on around town on 94.9 KISS FM.
From your mobile app or KissFM.com. Some things going on. Let's see. How about University of Montana offering up some shuttle service?
Yes.
If you're looking to do a little rafting, kayaking, tubing,
flip the
paddleboarding.
river, all that kind of good stuff.
So I guess they introduced this last year. And it was pretty successful.
Yeah.
Dropping people off at the different access sites of the river. And they thought, well, let's do it again. And let's expand it a little bit.
Exactly. So they're going to be running on Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays now, too, which is pretty cool. Like doing the weekend.
So if you're looking for just a lift to get where you're going, to get into the water, they can provide it. And it'll go through August 28th.
All right.
Got the details, including where they'll drop you and kind of some specific rules that go along with it.
And this began yesterday, so it's going on now.
It's happening now. Happening tonight and tomorrow at Mission Valley Super Oval. It's the Malicious Monster Truck Tour.
Yes, if you wanted your monster trucks not to be malicious, then you came to the wrong place.
That's right. Malicious only. Fun for the whole family. Chance to actually jump in a monster truck and take a ride. Kids love it. Kids just in awe of these big old things. But gates open at 4 o'clock here today and tomorrow. You get the pit party going on at 5. Showtime's at 6. Pretty affordable entertainment. $20 for adults. $15 for students between the ages of 10 and 14. Kids between 5 and 10, it's just $10, and kids 4 and under are free.
And plus, don't forget, Megasaurus is going to be there. We can't not mention the car-eating dinosaur.
I mean, when you're talking about monster trucks of the malicious variety, you can't leave out Megasaurus.
Of course.
All right. So Mission Valley Super Oval tonight and tomorrow with the monster trucks. And then tomorrow over at KYSS Park, you've got the Margarita Festival.
The Northwest Margarita Fest is back. That kicks off, around 1 o'clock?
I believe it goes 1 until 8.
Okay.
And they'll have music. I think there's music.
Yeah, there should be some live music going on there. Yeah, for sure.
I know there's food. They got the taco trucks.
The taco trucks will be there, too.
$20 gets you a cup and 3 drink tokens. And then if you want an additional batch of tokens,
right,
$10 for another 3 of them.
If you want 6 margaritas in a row, probably sample sizes of those margaritas, they've got you covered.
All ages, too, so anybody can show up and hang out. And that happens again, tomorrow from 1 until 8. Time confirmed, 1 until 8.
There it is.
All right, details with any of those events, you can check it out with your free KISS FM mobile app. There's a look at what's going on around town.
On 94.9 KISS FM. You know, newsworthy nugget of the day with Smith and Nelson on 94.9 KISS FM.
Brought to you by Farside Sign, Missoula's leading full-service sign and custom vehicle graphic shop. Farside Sign in the 2200 block, South Avenue West.
All right, nugget time. Bring you a little fun fact for the day. Hopefully something you didn't already know.
Exactly. And today, since I am leaving, it's my final nugget of the day, and I'm going to work at the Roxy Theater here in Missoula. Might as well do a movie-related nugget for the day. And did you know the reason we call big movies blockbusters is because blockbusters is what we used to call giant bombs from World War II. That's where the origin of the phrase blockbuster came from. That was the big bomb was called a blockbuster, and then over time, the word just kind of evolved to describe anything that was really big on a massive scale. And then when you started making big movies, they became blockbusters, and then the word blockbusters kind of became synonymous with movies.
And it also fit because sometimes movies bomb.
Yeah, exactly. So it all kind of works out.
Wow.
You use blockbusters and you use bomb in modern day movie language.
There you go.
There you go. Need to or not, now you know.